Today, I'm going to be timing myself to see how fast I can get each wonder weapon on every Black Ops Cold War map. That being said, let's get into it. Alrighty, we have received a helicopter ride all the way to Poland. We are starting the video on the very first map, which is D Machine. We are starting the timer. That timer will finish the second we acquire the wonder weapon, which is the DIE Shockwave. Let's go. So my game plan for this is to get some points by meleeing with the Bowie knife, which is an awesome weapon, even though, you know, you have to spend Ethereum crystals to get it. So I'm just going to knife as many zombies as I can, get some points, that way then we can just run through all the doors, we don't have to wait for all the doors. And yeah, we are using the Gallo. We have the beautiful ray gun skin on it, look at this, ready? Flourish weapon, look at that. The ray gun camo on the Gallo. Who would have thought to put the most OP wonder weapon of all time on the most OP weapon in Cold War? Whoever did that definitely deserved a raise. It's the only money I've spent on Cold War, and well, I will admit, I feel like I got my money's worth. Anyway, let's not focus on the gun, let's focus on getting enough points to start making our way to power. Alrighty, it is round 5, and I feel like we've got enough points, so I'm going to now make my way to power and turn that on. So what we have to do now is just make our way through the map, putting down all the explosives to get past all the barriers so that we can make our way to the power room. Now, if you guys will notice, let's just get the spare change points. If you guys have noticed, I've changed my name now to my actual username. So that's pretty cool. So it's now not something random. Let's just get the bonus points as well. It's now not something random. It's Mr. Zatcast. So I feel like my account is getting a bit more professional. So yeah, cool. We have now entered the power room and we are going to slam that button down. So the next thing we need to do is activate both these terminals and then go into the Dark Ether and collect the first part for the Pack-a-Punch. The first and only part, shall I say. The tank has so graciously started floating for us, so we can now enter the portal that will take us to collect our first and only machine part. So now all we need to do is run to the Pack-a-Punch machine. Let's kill these dogs because they're just annoying me. We need to make our way to the Pack-a-Punch machine. That way we can then open Pack-a-Punch and start the next step of collecting the wonder weapon. So we're just going to make our way up here, turn that on. We've got it, we've done it. Round 6 Pack-a-Punch. Not bad, not like my Shadows of Evil round 1, but you know, we take it. Okay, so the next step for getting the wonder weapon is waiting for Radioactive Man to spawn in. So he will give us a key card so that we can turn on the die machine. So it is now round 8. I'm hoping he spawns in now, but if not, we can wait till next round. That's all good. Yes, Radioactive Man spawned in. Okay, this is good because that means we'll be able to get the die 1 round earlier. So we won't have to wait a whole round. So what we're going to do now is not die. That's what we need to not do. So what we need to do is just whack him as much as we can in the face with the beautiful Gallo. And once we do that, he should split into 2. I'm very close. Once we do that, he'll split into 2 and he will drop a key card that we need for the next step of getting the wonder weapon. I will admit, this is probably the easiest wonder weapon out of all 4 of the maps. I don't know if they did that just because it was the first map, but yeah, it's, in my opinion, definitely the easiest one to get. Okay, that's the first one down. Now we've just got 1 more to go. We just need to not die. They love to hit me and I get so low, but luckily I am a runaway artist. So we're just going to try and... I need to headshot him as much as I can. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, there's the second one down. So all we need to do now is grab the key card. That's probably not... That was very risky. I didn't get it. Alright, I'm just going to have to wait. We'll just let all the zombies come to me and then we will grab that. Alright, cool. So we need to now make our way to the weapons lab. Okay, we've made it to the weapons lab. We are now going to insert the key card and we are going to get a little DIE remote. This will allow us to start the machine and suck in all the zombies. And then that's it, we've got the wonder weapon. Alrighty, we have a nice train of zombies here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run in here and we are going to wait for them all to come in. We're going to activate the DIE machine and look at that. So satisfying. So all the zombies are getting sucked up. And then that should be enough zombies to complete it. I'm not sure. Oops, get out of their way. Alright, that should be enough zombies to complete it. And once that is done, we'll be able to collect our wonder weapon. It is now finished. So we can discharge that. We're going to get rid of these 2 zombies here. There we go. So we're going to stop the timer there at 13 minutes. So it took us 13 minutes exactly to get our first wonder weapon on D Machine. On to the next map. Alrighty, we have arrived at Firebase Z with someone definitely doing over the speed limit, and he should be in trouble for that. But anyway, the timer has started. We are on round 1, and we are going to be seeing how fast we can get the Ray K on this map. I also do want to stress, I am in no means a speedrunner. I'm just seeing how fast I can get it personally from the steps that I know of. But there are probably definitely faster ways to get it. However, I'm just playing the game, I'm just having fun, and I'd like to see maybe in another video if I can beat those times and how much I do beat them by. So let's get enough points and we'll go through the teleporter to then activate our ether reactors. Okay, it is round 4, and I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to now make my way to the teleporter to access the main area of Firebase Z. I also do want to say that I am doing the wonder weapons in terms of how fast I can build them. I'm not going to do like the trials because that's an easy way to get them. I want to guarantee get them, not based off RNG. I want to be able to build all the weapons. So we are going to be seeing how fast we can do that on every map. And currently, so far, I think D Machine will be the fastest, but that's my opinion. And let's start our next ether reactor. Okay, our first ether reactor is online. We got enough souls by killing zombies next to the ether reactors. So the way that you turn on power in this map is there are 3 ether reactors, and all you need to do is just get a certain amount of kills next to the ether reactors. It's very hard to fail this step. However, if you don't know what's going on, yeah, that's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is just getting kills next to the ether reactors, and then once we do all 3, power will be turned on. So let's start our second ether reactor now. And there is our second ether reactor online. I feel like this video is turning into more of a tutorial video than a challenge video, but you know, if some people view it as a tutorial, then they probably learn some things or two about the wonder weapons and how to build them. And if people take this as a challenge video, well then that's good. That's how it was intended to be. So, yep, we're gonna keep going. We are 5 minutes in, and we now need to turn on our third ether reactor. Okay, and there is our third and final ether reactor online. We now have power. So I'm just going to check. No, this isn't Scorched Defense. So what we're going to do now is move on to the exciting part of actually building the Ray K. So let's make our way into the weapons lab, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the Ray K blueprint, and then we're going to make our way to the Scorched Defense area. Okay, we're now in the Scorched Defense area, and we are going to visit this man, or woman, don't assume, never assume, and we're going to proceed to do the most wholesome procedure on him. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out our knife, and you can see the rest. So wholesome, so wholesome. Okay, we now have the eye, so the next thing we need to do is make our way back to the weapons lab. Okay, we've arrived at the weapons lab, and what we're going to do is insert the eye of the lovely lady's or gentleman's eye. We're not going to assume the gender, and we're going to receive the locker key. So what we now need to do is go open lockers and wait for a mimic to spawn in and kill the specific mimic, and he will drop our next part. I don't know how all these people are going to feel about me going through their personal belongings, but anyway, I guess they're all dead, so it doesn't really matter. So we just need to wait for that mimic to spawn in, and then once we get that specific mimic, we'll try and kill this one here. He won't drop it though. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for another one, and once we kill that one, he should drop the part. You guys want to see the world record for the fastest mimic kill? There it is. I now hold a current world record. So there is our next part. So the next thing that we need to do is now go and get like this code for a dartboard. I'm gonna buy this gun here because it's very hard to do it with the Gallo. Oh, there's another mimic. It's very hard to do with the Gallo, whereas that gun, it's a little bit easier to aim in. So let's go and get the code now. Alright, we've arrived at the weapons lab. We're going to use the computer. So what we need to do is wait for the little flashing light to stop, and then what it stops on is what we need to input on a dartboard in the first map. So once we get all 3 of these codes, let's get rid of this zombie. Once we get all 3 of the little, when it stops, that means then we can enter that on a dartboard, and that's how we get our next wonder weapon part. Okay, so it was 14, it was 12, and it was 19, and then we hit the bullseye, and yes, that should open, as it has. Get out of my way. Oh my god, there's two. Alright, and there's our next wonder weapon part. Alright, cool. Now, we move on to the last one, which is waiting for a mangler to spawn in. This is going to be a world record attempt of how fast I can protect whatever we have to protect. Oh my god. I love the Gallo. I don't know how many times I've said it, but like, I feel like if at least one or two of you have then used the Gallo because of me rambling on about how much I love it, then I'll take that as a success. I'll take that as a success. Oh my god. Alrighty, we just need to kill the last 3 zombies up here, and then we should be good. There we go. We did it. Alright, now we wait for the mangler. He's here. I can smell him. There he is. Alright, to the arm. There we did it in one shot. Oh, this gun is so good. Alright, we are now going to make our way back to the weapons lab. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this down here. And then we need to wait 2 rounds. And then after that 2 rounds, it will be complete. And we can build the Ray K. Should be the last couple zombies, surely. Yes, it is. Alright, cool. We can now make our way back to the weapons lab. And the thingamajiggy-majiggy should be done. If that is done, then we can build the Ray K. So let's see. Okay, yes, it is done. Alright, cool. Let's build the Ray K. Come on. There we go. We've built the Ray K in 25 minutes on Firebase C. That is our second wonder weapon out of 4. Done. On to the next map. We have arrived in Berlin, Germany, way past my bedtime. The timer has started yet again, and we are on the quest for our 3rd wonder weapon out of 4. We are going to be seeing how fast we can get this wonder weapon, and all we are going to do is try and rack up enough points to make our way down to power. You're dead. You're dead. You're also dead. Alright, round 6. I'm happy with the amount of points we have, so I'm going to start making my way down to power. So we are trying to get the Cerberus, I think it is, and it is by far my favorite wonder weapon on this map. It's so fun to use. There are variations of it. I think there's 2 variations that you can get, like if you kill with it, but I much prefer the standard version. If you guys would like to see me attempt to do this on Black Ops 3 with all the wonder weapons and seeing how fast I can get all of them, feel free to leave a like, so that tells me that you guys actually did enjoy this video. And I need to kill this Tempest because it actually, oh my god, he won't stop teleporting. It actually gives us an electrical fuse, so that will help us to turn on power. Yet again, I'm attempting the world record for the fastest Tempest kill, and I feel like I just got it. So I now hold, I don't know how many world records in this video, but it's a lot. So we now have our second fuse, so all we're going to do is make our way to the fuse box here. We're going to place them in, and we now have power on. And if you turn to your right, you're going to see a bunch of floating zombies in the streets of Berlin. You don't see that every day, folks. Alright, we're going to now turn on Pack-a-Punch. So what we need to do is kill this Disciple, and once we do that, Pack-a-Punch will be open. He just will not stay still. Oh my god. Oh, I'm ether shrouding. No, we are not dying today. I don't even care. Alright, the Disciple's killed. That means Pack-a-Punch should be open. And once Pack-a-Punch is open, the next step that we need to do is get Brain Rot. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, we are in hotel room 305, and what we now need to do is get Brain Rot on one of the zombies. There we go, we get Brain Rot on him. So what he's going to do is knock down those boards, and once he knocks down those boards, we are then going to go in here, and we're going to collect the hands, and we're going to have another cute little cinematic. Oh my god, we didn't need to aggressively push his head like that, but anyway. Okay, we are on to the next step, which is collecting a battery from a Panzer. Surely. There we go. Okay, finally. Alright, so the Panzer should have dropped a battery. Yes, there it is. So now we need to go and activate Klaus, so let's go do that. Alright, we've activated Sassy Klaus himself. So what we're going to do is we're going to run into this room. Nope, it's this one. We're going to run to this room, and we are going to activate Klaus to come here. What he's going to do is he's going to open that for us. That will reveal a flashlight that will enable us to get 3 codes. There we go, he's opened it for us, and there it is. Cool. Alright, let's make our way to the first location of where our first code is. Okay, there's our first code. It is 16. There is our second code, which is 13. And there is our third code, which is 5. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is make our way up to a safe and then input those 3 codes. Okay, so we've arrived at the room with the safe, and what we now need to do is put in our 3 codes, which were 16, 13, and 5. Okay, there we go. We got this Cerberus, and I'm going to round it up to 16 minutes. So we got the Wonder Weapon on Mauer der Toten in 16 minutes. Now we move on to our final map, which is Forsaken. Alrighty, we are on our final map, which is Forsaken. We are going to start the timer once again, and we are going to be seeing how fast we can get the Crystallax on this map. So the first thing I'm going to do is activate the teleporter and wait for that, and then we can go through. Alrighty, let's make our way through. So I am using a melee weapon, which is the Sai. I've had to give up my trusty Bowie knife for a game. The reason I'm using the Sai is because for one of the last steps of attaining the Wonder Weapon, you need 10 kills in front of this certain bit to get the Crystallax. So it is best to just start off with melee weapons because it does get too high of a round. It's better to just wait and use the melee weapons off the bat rather than try and get them out of the mystery box and waste all your points. Plus, these Sai are actually quite fun to use. There's a pointless max ammo. The Sai are actually quite fun to use. However, I've had to give up the love of my life, the Gallo, which is not great, but we will deal with it. We will deal with it. So the next step of getting the Crystallax is making our way to the observation tower. The way that we do that is by repairing a teleporter. We need to grab 4 different parts at 4 different locations. They're just located around here. They're quite easy to get. I did not mean to get that nuke, but that's okay. So let's repair the teleporter. Okay, we're repairing the teleporter, and then the next thing we need to do is just hop through this portal and then kill the abomination that's in the next area. Oh no, here he is. Here he is. This guy's like a Down syndrome version of the Magua from Black Ops 3. And he's more annoying to kill as well. Oh my god, don't die, don't die. Finally we killed him. Alright, so we're going to make our way now through the teleporter. Once we've made our way through the teleporter, what we are going to do is we are going to hit 2 buttons. The first button will activate Pack-a-Punch, which is located just here. So we're going to turn that on. Pack-a-Punch is now available. And I think it's the other way. So we're going to make our way to this button here. We're going to press this button. That's going to activate a cutscene, and we're going to skip that. Okay, we've come out of the cutscene. So the next thing that we need to do is wait 2 rounds. The reason we need to wait 2 rounds is because a crystal will come falling from the sky and crash land in the donut shop. So let's wait until then. And there's Jim's Donuts, now out of commission because a meteor came crashing right through his store. Okay, so we now need to sit on this crystal like an egg, and what that is going to do is spawn in a certain amount of special zombies. Once we kill all those special zombies, we'll be allowed to pick up the crystal. Alright, there's our last special zombie killed, so we should be able to pick up the crystal now. Yes, we can, and that is our first crystal done out of 3. Okay, for our second crystal, we need to get this abomination to shoot that little glowing crystal there, which he's about to do now. So I obviously stood behind the wall, but he did get it. There we go, there is our second crystal done, and we are now on to getting our last crystal. Okay, so I've spotted a Tormentor, so all we need to do is kill him with this flamethrower, which we did because he just exploded. And once you do that, you are then able to pick up your 3rd crystal, and that's it. That's all we need to do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run over here, we're going to place the crystal in this little bath thing, and then what that will allow us to do is get melee kills. Once we get 10 melee kills in front of this, we'll be able to get the Crystallax. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a monkey bomb right next to it. That way the zombies will pile up there, and then we should be able to get the remaining kills that we need. Oh, I think that's it. Oh my god, everything is exploding. But we did get the Crystallax. Okay, stop the timer. So we got the Crystallax with a total time of 22 minutes on Forsaken. That is all maps done. That is all Wonder Weapons done. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I've got loads more Cold War content planned. I've got loads more Black Ops 3 content planned. That's it from me though. Peace out.